What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am back to do my Week 3 college football predictions. Now, with Week 2 of the college football season in the books, we are now into Week 3 of the college football season. So I'm extremely excited to do my Week 3 predictions for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record in Week 2 was a lot better than our record in Week 1. We went 23-3, so it's our first winning record of the year, and it's our first start of a winning streak, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hope in this video we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 1-week winning streak. Hope in this video we make it 2 weeks. Hopefully. Now, this is the second video of a combined 3 video day on the channel today, guys. So, hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we got on deck on the channel in the month of September this year. And as always, show your support on the channel, as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your college football teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, you picked the good one if you're a huge fan of college football like myself, and you're ready for Week 3 of the college football season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is... Woo woo! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into my Week 3 college football predictions. Let's start off on Thursday night with the showdown between the Ohio Bobcats heading to Louisiana to face the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Now, this is the 4th meeting between Ohio and Louisiana. The Bobcats lead the all-time series 2-1. Now, the Raging Cajuns won the last meeting over the Bobcats all the way back in 2019, and the Bobcats are looking to defeat the Raging Cajuns for the first time since 2010. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 2s. Ohio's coming off their loss to a football championship subdivision team, coming in winless at 0-2, and Louisiana's coming off their victory over Nicholls State on Saturday, coming in at 1-1. So, coming from me in this matchup on Thursday night, I am going to go with the Louisiana Raging Cajuns to get it done at home and defeat the winless Ohio Bobcats. And now the next matchup, which happens on Friday night between the UCF Knights heading to Louisville to face the Louisville Cardinals. Now, this is the 3rd meeting between UCF and Louisville. The series is tied 1-1. Now, the Knights won the last meeting over the Cardinals all the way back in 2013, and the Cardinals are looking to defeat the UCF Knights for the first time since 1985, 36 years ago. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 2s. UCF is coming off their victory over a cupcake opponent, coming in perfect at 2-0, and Louisville's coming off their victory over Eastern Kentucky, coming in at 1-1. So, coming from me in this matchup on Friday night, I am going to go with the UCF Knights to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Louisville Cardinals. And now the next matchup, which also happens on Friday. It is a Big Ten rivalry showdown between the Maryland Terrapins heading to Champaign to face the Illinois Fighting Illini. Now, this is only the 2nd meeting between Maryland and Illinois. The Terrapins won the last meeting over the Illini all the way back in 2018. So these two have not met in over 3 years. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 2s. Maryland's coming off their victory over Howard. And I'm not talking Howard Stark. I'm not talking Howard the Duck. I'm talking about Howard University on Saturday, coming in perfect at 2-0. And the Fighting Illini are coming off their loss to Virginia on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown on Friday night, I am going to go with Tallulah Tonga and the Maryland Terrapins to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Illinois Fighting Illini in a close shootout. And now the next matchups, which happen on Saturday between the Northwestern Wildcats heading to Durham, North Carolina to face the Duke Blue Devils. Now, this is the 21st meeting between Northwestern and Duke. The series is tied 10-10. Now, the Blue Devils have won the last 2 meetings over the Wildcats dating back to 2017 and 2018, and the Wildcats are looking to defeat the Blue Devils for the first time since 2016, 5 years ago. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 2s. Northwestern's coming off their victory over Indiana State, coming in at 1-1, and the Blue Devils are coming off their victory over North Carolina A&T on Friday, also coming in at 1-1. So, coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Blue Devils of Duke to get it done at home and defeat the Northwestern Wildcats in a very close one. And now the next matchup. It is the Nebraska Cornhuskers heading to Norman, Oklahoma to face my Oklahoma Sooners. Now this is the 87th meeting between Nebraska and Oklahoma. The Sooners lead the all-time series 45-38-3. Now my Sooners won the last meeting over the Cornhuskers all the way back when Nebraska was part of the Big 12, all the way in the 2010 Big 12 title game, and the Cornhuskers are looking to defeat my Sooners for the first time since 2009. Now, both teams are coming out very good week twos. Nebraska's coming off their victory over Buffalo, coming in at 2-1, and my Sooners are coming off their blowout victory over Western Carolina on Saturday, also coming in at 2-0 undefeated. So, coming from me in this showdown between two former Big 12 rivals, I am going to go with Spencer Rattler, Lincoln Riley, and my Oklahoma Sooners to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And now the next matchup. It is the Michigan State Spartans heading to Hard Rock Arena to face the Miami Hurricanes, a.k.a. the U. Now this is only the 5th meeting between Michigan State and Miami. The U have won the last 4 meetings over Sparty, dating all the way back to 1945. So the Hurricanes have owned this rivalry for nearly 76 years. Now both teams are coming out very good week twos. Michigan State's coming out their victory over Youngstown State, coming in perfect at 2-0. And the Hurricanes are coming out their close victory over Appalachian State on Saturday, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the U to get it done at home and defeat the Michigan State Spartans in a close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Western Michigan Broncos heading to Heinz Field to face the Pittsburgh Panthers. Now both teams are coming out very good week twos. Western Michigan's coming out their victory over Illinois State, coming in at 1-1. And Pittsburgh's coming out their victory on the road over Tennessee, coming in perfect at 2-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Pitt Panthers to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Western Michigan Broncos. And now the next matchup. It is the Boston College Eagles heading to Philadelphia to face the Temple Owls. Now this is the 39th meeting between Boston College and Temple. Boston College leads the all-time series 29-7-2. Now, the Eagles have won the last 6 meetings over the Owls, dating all the way back to the year 2000, and the Owls are looking to defeat the Eagles for the first time since 1999. Now, both teams are coming out very good week twos. Boston College is coming off their big victory over UMass, coming in perfect at 2-0, and Temple's coming off their victory over the Akron Zips, coming in at 1-1. So, coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Boston College Eagles to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Temple Owls. And now the next matchup. It is the Purdue Boilermakers heading to South Bend to face the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Now this is the 85th meeting between Purdue and Notre Dame. Notre Dame leads the all-time series 56-26-2. Now the Irish have won the last 5 meetings over the Boilermakers dating all the way back to 2008, and the Boilermakers are looking to defeat the Irish for the first time since 2007. Now both teams are coming out very good week twos. Purdue's coming out their victory over UConn, coming in perfect at 2-0, and Notre Dame's coming out their close victory over Toledo, also coming in perfect at 2-0. So coming from me in this matchup between these two undefeated squads, I am going to go with Brian Kelly's Notre Dame Fighting Irish to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Purdue Boilermakers in a very close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Virginia Tech Hokies heading to Morgantown, West Virginia to face the West Virginia Mountaineers. Now this is the 53rd meeting between Virginia Tech and West Virginia. West Virginia leads the all-time series 28-23-1. Now, the Hokies have won the last 3 meetings over the Mountaineers, dating all the way back to 2004, and the Mountaineers are looking to defeat the Hokies for the first time since 2003. Now, both teams are coming out very good week twos. Virginia Tech is coming out their victory over Middle Tennessee, coming in perfect at 2-0, and West Virginia is coming out their victory over a cupcake opponent on Saturday, coming in at 1-1. So, coming from me in this matchup, this one could be a really tough pick, but coming from me, I am going to go with the Virginia Tech Hokies to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the West Virginia Mountaineers in a very close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the USC Trojans heading to Pullman, Washington to face the Washington State Cougars. Now this is the 75th meeting between USC and Washington State. USC leads the all-time series 10-4. Now the Trojans have won the last 2 meetings over the Cougars dating back to 2018 and last year, and the Cougars are looking to defeat the Trojans for the first time since 2017, 4 years ago. Now both teams are coming out very different week 2s. USC is coming off their loss on Saturday night to Stanford, coming in at 1-1, and Washington State's coming out their victory over Portland State, coming in also at 1-1. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, oh boy, this one's tough. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Mike Leach's Washington State Cougars to get it done at home and defeat the USC Trojans in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Cincinnati Bearcats heading to Bloomington, Indiana to face the Indiana Hoosiers. Now this is the 15th meeting between Cincinnati and Indiana. The Hoosiers lead the all-time series 9-3-2. Now the Hoosiers have won the last 5 meetings over the Bearcats dating all the way back to 1962, and the Bearcats are looking to defeat the Hoosiers for the first time, folks, since 1957, 64 years ago. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2. Cincinnati's coming out their victory over Murray State, coming in perfect at 2-0, and Indiana's coming out their victory over Idaho, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, boy, Cincinnati was the talk of the college football season last year with that amazing year, and I think Cincinnati is going to have another big year this year. So coming from me, I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bearcats to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Indiana Hoosiers. And now the next matchup. It is the Oklahoma State Cowboys heading to the Smurf Turf to face my Boise State Broncos. Now this is only the second meeting between Oklahoma State and Boise State. The Cowboys won the last meeting over my Broncos all the way back in 2018, so this is the much anticipated rematch. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2s. Oklahoma State's coming out their victory over Tulsa, coming in perfect at 2-0, and my Broncos are coming out their big victory over UTEP on Friday, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, ooh, this one's a tough pick. But coming from me, I am going to go with my Boise State Broncos to get it done at home and defeat the Oklahoma State Cowboys in a close shootout. And now the next matchup, which College Game Day will be at this weekend. It is between the Auburn Tigers heading to Happy Valley to face the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now this is only the third meeting between Auburn and Penn State. This series is tied 1-1. Now the Tigers won the last meeting over the Nittany Lions all the way back in the 2003 Capital One Bowl. And the Nittany Lions' last victory over the Tigers happened at the 1996 Outback Bowl 25 years ago. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2s. Auburn's coming out their victory over Alabama State, coming in perfect at 2-0. And Penn State's coming out their victory over Ball State, coming in also undefeated at 2-0. So coming from me in this huge showdown between these two undefeated teams, knowing this game is going to be in Happy Valley, there's definitely going to be a whiteout in that crowd. And you know how big the Happy Valley is, and that whiteout is going to be huge. And right now we are perfect when it comes to Lee Corso's picks, because he picked Iowa in week 2. I picked Iowa, so we're both undefeated. So either he's going to pick the Tiger or he's going to pick the Nittany Lion. But coming from me, this one's tough, but I am going to go with the Penn State Nittany Lions to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Auburn Tigers. We are Penn State. And now the next matchup. It is the SMU Mustangs heading to Louisiana Tech to face the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Now this is the 6th meeting between SMU and La Tech. La Tech leads the all-time series 4-1. Now the Bulldogs have won the last 3 meetings over the Mustangs dating all the way back to 2003, and the Mustangs are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time since 2002. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2s. SMU's coming out their victory over North Texas, coming in undefeated at 2-0, and La Tech's coming out their victory over Southeastern Louisiana, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the SMU Mustangs to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Mississippi State Bulldogs heading to the Liberty Bowl to face the Memphis Tigers. Now this is the 45th meeting between Mississippi State and Memphis. Mississippi State leads the all-time series 33-11. Now, the Bulldogs have won the last 12 meetings over the Tigers, dating all the way back to 1994, and the Tigers are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time since 1993. Now, both teams are coming out very good week 2s. Mississippi State's coming out their big victory over NC State, coming in perfect at 2-0, and Memphis is coming off their shootout victory over Arkansas State, coming in also at 2-0. So coming from me in this showdown between these two undefeated squads, this one's tough because Memphis put up like 55 points against Arkansas State on Saturday, so they can put up some numbers. But coming from me, I may get this one wrong, but I'm going to live dangerously. I am going to go with the Mississippi State Bulldogs to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Memphis Tigers in an offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Baylor Bears heading to Lawrence, Kansas to face the Kansas Jayhawks. Now this is the 21st meeting between Baylor and Kansas. Baylor leads the all-time series 16-4. Now the Bears have won the last 11 meetings over the Jayhawks dating all the way back to 2010, and the Jayhawks are looking to defeat the Bears for the first time since 2007. Now both teams are coming out very different week 2s. Baylor's coming off their victory over Texas Southern, coming in undefeated at 2-0, and Kansas is coming off their loss to Coastal Carolina on Friday, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Baylor Bears to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Kansas Jayhawks. And now the next matchup. It is the Utah State Aggies heading to the Air Force Academy to face the Air Force Academy Falcons. Now this is the 9th meeting between Utah State and the Air Force Academy. The Air Force Academy leads the all-time series 5-3. Now, the Falcons won the meeting last year over the Aggies, and the Aggies are looking to defeat the Falcons for the first time since 2018. Now, both teams are coming out very good week 2s. Utah State's coming out their victory over North Dakota on Friday, coming in undefeated at 2-0, and the Air Force Academy is coming out their victory over the Midshipmen of Navy, coming in also undefeated at 2-0. So, coming from me in this showdown between these two undefeated squads, oh man, this one's tough. But coming from me, I am going to go with the Air Force Academy Falcons to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Utah State Aggies in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown between the Florida State Seminoles heading to Winston-Salem, North Carolina to face the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Now this is the 39th meeting between Florida State and Wake Forest. Florida State leads the all-time series 37-1. Now the Demon Deacons won the last meeting over the Seminoles all the way back 2 years ago, and the Seminoles are looking to defeat the Demon Deacons for the first time in over 3 years. Now both teams are coming off very different week 2s. Florida State's coming off their embarrassing loss to Jacksonville State, coming in winless at 0-2, and the Demon Deacons are coming off their victory over Norfolk State on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 2-0. So coming from me in this ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown, man, hearing that Florida State lost to Jacksonville State, a team I've never even heard of. It definitely sounds like a football championship subdivision team. The fact that the Florida State Seminoles lost to them on Saturday is shocking. And I know one of my favorite announcers in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Mr. Kevin Kelly, who is a die-hard Florida State Seminoles fan, can't even believe that they're having this bad of a season. And this is the same year that their former coach, Bobby Bowden, died, and they're really playing for him this year. But the fact that they're 0-2 is shocking. And I don't know how they're going to bounce back from this. But coming from me, I am going to go with the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the winless Florida State Seminoles. And now the next matchup. It is another ACC rivalry showdown between the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets heading to Clemson to face the Clemson Tigers. Now this is the 86th meeting between Georgia Tech and Clemson. Georgia Tech leads the all-time series 50-33-2. Now the Tigers have won the last 6 meetings over the Yellow Jackets dating all the way back to 2015, and the Yellow Jackets are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2014. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2s. Georgia Tech is coming out their victory over Kennesaw State on Saturday, coming in at 1-1, and Clemson's coming out their victory over South Carolina State, coming in also at 1-1. So coming from me in this ACC rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers to get it done at home and defeat the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And now the next matchup. It is the Minnesota Golden Gophers heading to Boulder, Colorado to face the Colorado Buffaloes. Now this is the fourth meeting between Minnesota and Colorado. The Buffaloes have won the last 3 meetings over the Golden Gophers, dating all the way back to 1972. So the Buffaloes have owned this rivalry for nearly 49 years. Now both teams are coming out very different week 2s. Minnesota's coming off their victory over Miami of Ohio, coming in at 1-1, and the Buffaloes are coming off their loss to the Texas A&M Aggies on Saturday, coming in also at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Colorado Buffaloes to get it done at home and defeat the Minnesota Golden Gophers in a very close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Central Michigan Chippewas heading to Death Valley to face the LSU Tigers. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2. Central Michigan's coming out their victory over Robert Morris, coming in at 1-1. And LSU's coming out their victory over McNeese State, coming in also at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with Coach O and the LSU Tigers to get it done at home and defeat the Central Michigan Chippewas. Go Tigers! And now the next matchup. It is an SEC East rivalry showdown between the undefeated South Carolina Gamecocks heading to Athens to face the undefeated Georgia Bulldogs. Now this is the 74th meeting between South Carolina and Georgia. The Bulldogs lead the all-time series 52-19-2. Now the Bulldogs won the last year's meeting over the Gamecocks, and the Gamecocks are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time in 2 years. So coming from me in this SEC East rivalry showdown between these two undefeated squads, I am going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the South Carolina Gamecocks. And now the next matchup. It is the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers heading to Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bulls. Now both teams are coming out very different week 2s. Coastal Carolina is coming off their big victory on Friday over Kansas, coming in undefeated at 2-0. And the Bulls are coming off their loss to Nebraska on Saturday, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with Killswitch's own Coastal Carolina Chanticleers to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Buffalo Bulls. And now the next matchup between the Utah Utes heading to San Diego to face the San Diego State Aztecs. Now this is the 31st meeting between Utah and San Diego State. The Utes lead the all-time series 17-12-1. Now the Utes have won the last 5 meetings over the Aztecs dating all the way back to 2006, and the Aztecs are looking to defeat the Utes for the first time since 2005. Now both teams are coming out very different week 2s. Utah's coming off their loss on Saturday night to BYU, coming in at 1-1, and San Diego State's coming off their victory on Saturday night over Arizona, coming in perfect at 2-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the San Diego State Aztecs to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Utah Utes in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Coastal rivalry showdown between the Virginia Cavaliers heading to Chapel Hill, North Carolina to face the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now this is the 127th meeting between Virginia and North Carolina. North Carolina leads the all-time series 64-58-4. Now the Cavaliers have won the last 4 meetings over the Tar Heels dating all the way back to 2017, and the Tar Heels are looking to defeat the Cavaliers for the first time since 2016. Now both teams are coming out very good week 2s. Virginia's coming out their blowout victory over the Fighting Illini on Saturday, coming in perfect at 2-0, and the Tar Heels are coming out their victory over Georgia State, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this ACC Coastal rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Brennan Armstrong and the Virginia Cavaliers to continue the winning ways and get a victory on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the North Carolina Tar Heels in an offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the New Mexico Lobos heading to College Station to face the Texas A&M Aggies. Now this is the 5th meeting between New Mexico and Texas A&M. The Aggies have won the last 4 meetings over the Lobos dating all the way back to 1926. So the Aggies have owned this rivalry for nearly 95 years. Now both teams are coming in undefeated at 2-0, and both of them are looking to continue the winning ways. So coming from me in this matchup, Knowing the 12th man at College Station, this one's going to be big. So coming from me, I am going to go with the Aggies of Texas A&M to continue the winning ways and get a victory at home and remain undefeated and defeat the New Mexico Lobos in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Florida International Golden Panthers heading to Lubbock to face the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now this is only the second meeting between Florida International and Texas Tech. The Red Raiders won the last meeting over the Golden Panthers all the way back in 2005. Now both teams are coming out very different week 2s. Florida International is coming off their loss in overtime to Texas State, coming in at 1-1. And the Red Raiders are coming off their victory over Stephen F. Austin, coming in undefeated at 2-0. So coming from me in this showdown, I am going to go with the Texas Tech Red Raiders to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Florida International Golden Panthers. And now the next matchup between the Rice Owls heading to Austin to face the Texas Longhorns. Now this is the 96th meeting between Rice and Texas. The Longhorns lead the all-time series 73-21-1. Now the Longhorns have won the last 14 meetings over the Owls dating all the way back to 1995, and the Owls are looking to defeat the Longhorns for the first time since 1994. Now both teams are coming off very bad week 2s. Rice is coming off their loss to Houston, coming in winless at 0-2, and Texas is coming off their embarrassing loss to Arkansas on Saturday, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this showdown, I know a lot of my Texas Longhorn fans in the comment sections couldn't believe they got smoked by the Arkansas Razorbacks on Saturday. So hopefully the Longhorns will get back on track. But coming from me, I am going to go with the Longhorns of Texas to get it done at home and defeat the Rice Owls. Hook 'em. And now the final matchup to cap off week number 3 of my college football predictions. It is an SEC rivalry showdown between the undefeated Alabama Crimson Tide heading to the Swamp to face the undefeated Florida Gators. Now this is the 41st meeting between Bama and Florida. Alabama leads the all-time series 26-14. Now Bama has won the last 7 meetings over the Gators dating all the way back to 2009, and the Gators' last victory over the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tim Tebow was the quarterback for them back in the 2008 SEC title game. Now, yes, these two teams are coming in undefeated. Alabama's coming off their victory over Mercer, and Florida State's coming off their victory over South Florida. So one of these teams is going to either remain undefeated or going to get their first loss of the season. So coming from me in this massive SEC rivalry to cap off week number 3 of my college football predictions, Nick Saban versus Dan Mullen. This one's going to be good, but coming from me, it's going to be hard for me to pick against Alabama all year. So as much as I want to pick Florida here, I am going to go with Nick Saban's Alabama Crimson Tide to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Florida Gators in a shootout. Roll Tide! And those are my Week 3 college football predictions. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning in week number 3 of the college football season? Do you see any upsets happening? Because week 2 had plenty of them with the upset of Ohio State and Florida State. Let me know. Do you see any upsets happening in week number 3? Let me know all of your picks in the comments section. And as always, represent your college football teams. Even if they're having a rough year this year, still represent them. Let's have a conversation about them. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to me, because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my Week 3 college football predictions today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends, of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We are officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you guys waiting for? If you're a fan of professional wrestling when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor Wrestling, and All Elite Wrestling, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to the NFL, college football, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, college basketball, super kick that subscribe button. It's free. Become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later tonight for my Week 2 NFL predictions. Later days, guys, and peace.